Let's watch this video together. Alright, let's go.
Is it worth it? Is it worth being the most expensive Pokemon game ever made? Well, I pushed myself to finish the game, and I can say pretty confidently,
God damn, you push yourself to finish this garbage game? Hey man, just give this guy a medal. Holy shit. I can't believe I would not even play this game for free. I'm serious. I will not play this game for free. It looks horrible. Look at the goddamn textures on the ground. Holy gee. Look at this.
no, obviously not. We all knew it wouldn't be
Look at, oh my god.
the game, and I can say pretty confidently, no.
Look at this Pokemon design. What is this? Huh?
Obviously,
Look at this. Oh my god, how is this a Pokemon design? It looks like AI generated Pokemon. It looks like AI generated. It's so ridiculous. Look at this. How are you gonna expect me to believe this Pokemon live in like wildlife or something? I just can't believe it.
obviously not. We all knew it wouldn't be. Game Freak can't make a game worth $40, let alone the $550, yes, the number keeps going up, that the game actually costs to get the complete product. And
Like, the fact that this game costs $70 and there are still people buying it is maddening to me. Like, how can you pay $70 to buy a game that looks like this when you have other games like Elden Ring and Expedition 33 out there outperforming these games, like cheaper and outperforming on every category by 10 times. Like, how can you, like, are you blind? Are you blind? Seriously.
even ignoring the price, the game is a disappointment in so many ways.
It's just so empty. It's just so empty. It looks like a school project, right? And this game looks like created by a couple of college students in like 3 months. It looks so unprofessional. It just looks unprofessional. That's all I can say.
It was so funny hearing people speculate. Sure, the game only takes place in one city, but this is France we're talking about, which has catacombs. So I bet there's a huge underground area like Tears of the Kingdom.
Yeah.
Underground area, you can't even go in the building.
Like this is, I saw this on Twitter. It's ridiculous. Like, you're literally putting texture on a flat model and you ship it out like this. Like, this is crazy. Like, yo, how it feels like they're trying to do a challenge of like, let's see every game we put out, right? And then we're just increasing the price but lowering the quality and see how long and how far does it take for the player base to say no, right? And so far, people are still buying it, right? Buying a game that literally have a solid block with a single texture on the side of it, and they still say it's okay. This is crazy. Like, how can you say okay to this? This is ridiculous. Not only that, that piece of that texture on that fucking wall looks horrible. The quality is horrendous. Alright? AI generated image is better than that.
Buildings in a city. You're expecting above and beyond when Game Freak can't even do the bare minimum. Game Freak's motto is to underpromise and still underdeliver. A
Exactly.
small map taking place in a single location with no variety in that one area isn't even complete. I don't consider a city complete when you can't go in the...
Look how empty this city is. How is this city? This is a ghost town. This is not a city, man. Look, like, oh my god, like, this... you can buy like free assets in 3D stores and you get 10 times better quality than the shit you're seeing right now. You can literally buy better quality free assets on those 3D market stores, and they can provide you better qualities than these buildings you're seeing right now. It's crazy. Like they're literally they're not putting any effort in this game. All right. Oh my, I can't believe it. $70 for this. Just look at this right now. $70 goddamn dollars for a game. This is not even a game anymore.
Buildings. But enough of that. I'm skipping ahead a bit. We'll have plenty of time to talk about the world. I just want to illustrate to you that this is prevalent throughout the entire game. It's something that you already expect to be kind of underwhelming, and it's somehow worse than that. Not that the game's all bad. I mean, just look.
There's nobody. There's not a single person in this city. This is literally a ghost town. You have vendors around there. You have empty taxi, empty carts. Nobody on the street. Nobody's walking.
Look at this Mareep. Look at him jump around.
Look at this. A flower store that have nobody guarding it. What is going on?
Doesn't it bring you joy? It just makes me smile. And they did try a new combat
no,
system.
kick it.
And Game Freak hasn't tried something new in decades. So you gotta at least give them some props for that. In the collectible aspect.
Nah. Even these effects are good, it's just not good enough to lift this pile of manure. Alright?
Has been greatly.
These effects are like a piece of rose stick on top of that manure. It's still garbage. Alright, I'm sorry.
Improved. You no longer have to catch 700 Starly to complete the Pokédex, which makes collecting them all something actually fun and interesting to do. That's all I got for the positives. If you were expecting a unbiased review where we really go over the pros and the cons, you came to the wrong place.
And it's so clashing. You have wilderness inside a city. Like, is this supposed to be Central Park? Who's designed these environments and layouts?
Maybe if the game was $40 and DLC wasn't announced before the game even came out. If you didn't need Nintendo Online and were forced to play a ranked mode that I promise you will be terrible to unlock content that is already in the game, maybe I'd be a little more charitable. Believe it or not, I
Oh no!
wanted to like this game. I love Pokemon. I've played every.
They just keep adding more clouds onto this Pokemon. They just keep adding more clouds. Eventually, you just not let it. I guarantee you, the next gen of this Pokemon is just gonna be all clouds. You won't even see that bird anymore. It's just big fat cloud right there.
Pokemon game, and I've really only
It's gonna be Mega
disliked
Plus.
one of them. In as much as the money grubbing stuff bothers me, I didn't really interact with any of it. I'm not buying the DLC. I played the Switch 1 version of.
They're coming out with the DLC. There's no end to this greed that they have. They're literally putting no effort. I guarantee you, making this game probably only cost them like a couple $1,000s. Right? And the profit margin for them is probably like 2,000%. 2,000% profit. Alright? People just buy like 10 games and they're already in a profit. 10 copy of games and it's already in profit. It's crazy. This crazy amount of people that would just eat up anything that this Game Freak is serving. Doesn't matter how bad it is, they'll just still buy it. It's like a cult.
The game, and I don't have Nintendo Online, so I gave it a real honest try to like it, and I did at first. But the more I played the game, the more I grew to hate it. The more tired I am of being disappointed by everything Game Freak makes. From a lack of ambition, from a lack of effort, it's just lacking. Everything they make is lacking. Every time you make a video criticizing Nintendo or Pokemon, there are always people being like, oh, it's the Nintendo fanboys, the Pokemon fanboys, they're gonna get you. These aren't fans. A fan of something loves it. If you love Pokemon, why are you okay with it being dumpstered on constantly? I'm sick and tired of a $1 billion franchise being treated like it's made by some small indie company while they charge us as much as they possibly can for what is supposed to be a spin-off. $70 game, $30 DLC, $20 Switch
it's
Online,
just endless
$450 console just to play the full game and have it run properly. But that's enough preamble. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and it's time to give you 10,000 reasons why this game isn't worth $70, it's not worth $80, and it's definitely not worth $500 to get the full experience. In fact, by the end of this, I'd be surprised if you wanted to play it for free. Let's talk about the world first.
Nah, wait. Is it really cost $500? I don't think that's real, man. Like $500 for this game? What? Oh my god, $70, right? Yeah, 70. DLC. Oh my god. Total price over $100. Oh my jeez. What is this? This is crazy. You're gonna pay a game that's like this for $100 for DLC? Are you kidding me? This is madness. Wait, what the? And full download of the game until state this is available at the suggested retail price of $4.99. Okay, include both Switch 2 system. Switch 2 system. Okay, that's including Switch 2. But still, this game alone, like with the DLC, is $100. Oh my god, this is crazy. This is crazy. I can't believe it. Oh my god.
People are rightfully concerned about that the entire map is just one city, and all of your fears have been realized, and probably worse because it's a city.
Look at this. You're what is this, parkour?
All of your fears
scaffolding everywhere
have been real,
and these weird crystals forming around the goddamn roofs of Paris. This is ridiculous, man. Like this is some indie game, and inexperienced people's like idea and designs. Like, hey, let's just put some crystals on top of the roof, right? People can like mine or something, right? Oh my god, this is a great idea.
And probably worse because it's a city where all the doors are painted on.
Yeah.
Aside from a handful of story locations and some battle cafes, which are basically empty, you cannot enter any buildings, not even stores. You remember every other video game ever made?
God.
You enter a store, you talk.
The game just keep getting worse and worse and worse, huh? Old games you can have interactions, you can go into stores and all that, and newer game just like starting to like cut off all these experiences. What's going on?
Up to the counter, you buy some stuff, a couple NPCs are around, maybe they have useful information, maybe give you an item, maybe add a little flavor to the world. Nope, nothing. You get a menu. Modeling the inside of a building is far too much effort in a game that has one location. One! The game released over a decade ago with an entire region has a more believable city than the game that is only about this city. And I don't know what people were smoking to think the game would have catacombs. You get 2 underground areas. 2, which are just a series of hallways.
Dude, this is crazy, man. Like, how is the people going to say okay and buy this game and not refund after like 15 minutes of playing this game? After 15 minutes, you should realize and refund this, man.
Maybe it has some engaging puzzles, maybe platforming challenges,
maybe
a bunch of
$70
dangerous
games.
wild Pokemon you have to dodge past. No, nothing. A series of hallways you run through. There you go. There are those catacombs everyone was so excited about.
Oh my god, the
just
emptiness
a sewer,
is killing me.
where this game belongs.
What is this?
So given the entire world is just the surface of one city, not including the insides of any of the buildings, what could possibly make exploring this world interesting? Nothing. The answer is nothing. They have done nothing to add variety to a single location.
Random sheeps on rooftops. Huh? Some rooftop garden have some wild Pokemon. Who came up with these ideas? Who thought this is this is a great game design that you add random wild Pokemon on rooftop? How does that make any sense?
The city rooftops you explore from the beginning of the game is exactly the same as the one you're doing at the very end. There is no meaningful difference through any of it. You don't even
Copy
get
and
new
pasting.
movement abilities. You get one. You know, in the last game, you could fly, you could climb, you could do all this cool stuff.
Like I didn't like it because of I really like this previous game because of its wackiness of the Pokemon, like literally a motorbike Pokemon. God damn, bro. And like the quality wasn't that good, and I thought it's like, oh, this is the lowest they can go. God damn, Game Freak. You can somehow you're already at the bottom, and somehow you can even go through the fucking bottom. Gee.
Now you get one mid-air jump, and you can only do it while falling, so it's not even like a double jump. That's it. So the whole game.
Look at these models, man. Oh my god, I cannot, like, this is like model quality is so bad. I can't believe it. It's so bad. Look at this. Huh? I would have thought this is like a Chinese knockoff Pokemon game. Huh? The quality here is so bad. It's just like I'm speechless.
It's just this, what you're seeing right now. Do you see what I'm saying? When the game is interesting for 3 hours maybe, and then it gets real old real fast. But of course the variety comes from the wild areas. The wild areas are sectioned off city blocks or parks where wild Pokemon can be caught and attack you. Actually, they can do that through the rest of the city too, but they're more common here. So surely there must be some variety there. No, there isn't. It's just more city blocks or a small park.
It looks so
That's
out
the
of...
entire variety. The most different it
Oh
gets
my
is
God.
one wild area, just one, has some snow.
It looks so out of place that these Pokemons are like in these wild, so-called wild areas are just so out of place. Why are they Pokemons here? Why are they here? Huh? So shouldn't it be in the mountains? In the forest? Why are they in the cities? The concept of having Pokemons in the city just doesn't make any sense. Right? You don't see bears in New York City. Right? You don't see a group of deer running around in Boston. Right? You probably see bears in Montana. Right? Gee. What's going on here? You see animals in national parks. Not in urban city centers, man. What you see in urban city centers are cockroaches and rats. Not these Pokemons. Alright?
Isn't
Oh my
that
God.
exciting? A regular game has you going from snowy mountaintop to swamp to cave to forest. What do you get in this? You get park or rooftop. That's the whole game. 20 hours. Park, rooftop, one sewer section. It's a joke. So the world itself is boring.
It is a
But who
joke.
cares? What about the things that you do in that world? Maybe that's cool. Of course not. You have your Ubisoft collectibles, like screws that you get for completing platforming challenges. And I'm
Oh
using
my
the
God.
term platforming really loosely, which you can use to get an EXP boost, maybe get resources faster, catch
This is
Pokemon easier,
ridiculous.
because the game wasn't easy enough already. You also have crystals all over that you have to make your Pokemon use moves on them to break them, which slows
is
down the
ridiculous.
pacing of the game, because you need to collect a whole lot of them to get some of the Mega Stones. I guess finding TMs is pretty cool, but in order for the finding to be fun, the exploring has to be fun, which exploring the exact same copy-pasted rooftop.
Exactly. How is this fun? And look at the quality of this. They can't even copy and paste correctly. They're literally buildings clipping into another building. Look at this. Look at these windows. Literally clipping to the side of the buildings. Oh my god. This is ridiculous. You have, like, look at this. Crystals forming on the side of the building. Oh my god, I can't believe this is a $70
500
game.
times is not fun. And the funny thing is, I could forgive all of this if at least moving around was fun. But no, you get nothing. No bike, no roller skates, remember those?
Nothing.
No riding Pokemon, nothing. Just run around and the worst double jump you've ever seen. Scarlet and Violet could get away with having a barren, empty world because at least it was fun to move
Nah,
around.
man.
You could run real fast.
I still disagree. Like, in order for a game to be fun, it should be populated. Alright? It should be populated with a lot of Pokemons. It shouldn't be empty. It's not like a wildlife simulator. You don't see shit. You just see a bunch of like grass and trees, and that's it. Alright? That's not fun.
Jump real high and fly.
Oh
It was
my God.
fun to move around. Here you get nothing. Because if they gave you anything, you'd realize how small, uninteresting, and lame the world is. I mean, how could you have all these platforming challenges?
Oh
if
my
you could
God,
jump
just
and fly?
clipping
Who
it-
wants to
ugh.
climb buildings? It's not like that's been in every game ever. Alright, so it's not fun to explore. Not really anything cool to find. What about the side quests? Well, the game has a ton of side quests. At least 100, maybe more. But unsurprisingly, when there's that many of them, they're real bad. They're about as lazy as they could possibly get. There are only 3 side quests. It's Battle Guy, Go Walk Over There, or Show Me Pokemon. And because it's a game
Oh
free,
my-
it is much worse than it sounds. It's
Jesus, just show me Pokemon. Go over there. What are these quests? There's not even quests, man. What are these?
watch a cutscene. Battle Guy, who has 3 Clefairy that know only Metronome, so it's impossible to lose. Then watch another.
Oh my god. The also they a lot of the Pokemon. What I miss in the newer Pokemon games is the challenges that the old games used to have, right? They used to have these like mazes that you gotta get through. Like I remember in Emerald that in order to get to like the red dinosaur Pokemon, right? You have to like get through a certain puzzle, a certain maze to get to it. And then I thought that was very creative, right? Something challenge, or certain obstacle that you need to acquire certain skills to overcome, right? Some rocks, and you get to use like some kind of like rock punch or something, and then certain trees is blocking you, and you need to learn cut. I think these are great. Those are great ideas. They got worse. They just literally dumb it down to a level that's just like it's insulting to the player's intelligence. It's mad.
Another cutscene and get rewarded with basically nothing. And that's about half. Maybe half of the side quest is just battle person who has 1 Pokemon, maybe 2, impossible to lose, and get rewarded with nothing. It's money, which is worthless in this game. You get an insane amount of it. Or it's a TM you don't need.
A random
or it's
Pokemon in the
berries.
middle of the
End
street.
Game missions. In fact, some of these side quests are post-game, and you get berries as the reward. And these are the better side quests. How about watch a cutscene, follow the Pokemon, watch another cutscene,
Oh my
follow
god!
them again, watch another cutscene, follow them again, and it's
The-
not like you're
these
doing anything, you're
cutscenes
just
are
walking there.
ridiculous.
Maybe there's a jump, which all culminates into
Oh
a
my
battle
God,
with a
so
singular
bad.
wild Pokemon. Isn't that incredible? And these are multiple. There are multiple side quests that are just this. And then finally, a bunch of missions that are just, hey, do you have every color of Floette? Cool, good job, thumbs up. And I'd say those 3 things are like 90% of the side missions. And everything in
Oh my
between
God,
isn't
it's
better,
like
it's worse.
mobile-
Like,
mobile
how about
game
just
missions,
use a
man.
move on this stationary object. Good job, you did it. That was worth the multiple cutscenes. I keep emphasizing the cutscene part because these honestly wouldn't be that egregious if it wasn't for the constant pausing. You get 30 seconds of gameplay where you completely obliterate them and then 2 minutes of pauses. The best side quest is
Oh
the one
my
I did
God.
at the very beginning, and it's just a go walk over there quest. But at least it's a sort of hidden area, and as a reward, you get a shiny Mareep. And I love Mareep. That's the bar, by the way. The bar the rest of the quests can't meet. The expectations, they were just so low, and yet somehow too high.
is-
And that's the game world. Boring, lacks variety, nothing to see or find, not fun to traverse.
You know what? this is what happens when the player base continuously just agrees or likes the games they provide, even when it's bad, right? It's just not enough people saying no, this is too much, right? Like this game is trash that you have provided. This is trash. Like nobody's pushing back. Not nobody. Not enough people are pushing back to these game companies, telling them that the game you have provided, right, is not good, and they just don't buy it. The reason why these horrible games still continue to come out is because that there's still people buying it, and they're still making profit. It is crazy. It amazed me how bad a Pokemon can get, and there's still gonna be people buying it. They're like, these people are like no longer buying it for playing, for enjoying playing the game. You're just buying for nostalgia at this point. Now look at these Pokemon. They're not even new Pokemon. They're just old ones, the OG ones. They're using OG ones as bait for you to buy these games.
And it's everything you should have expected and worse. Now, before we get to the gameplay, I want to talk about the story just a little bit. No spoilers yet. Not that the game really has a story to spoil, but if you really don't want to hear anything about it, use the timestamps to skip this section. Now, you're a part of a crew of a couple dweebos, and the leader of your crew is in debt to a loan shark. And I'm talking a real loan shark. Your team leader likes to help people out around the city, helped one of the loan sharks, and as a reward, she got offered a loan to make a video advertisement for the hotel you guys stay at. And in the hidden fine print, they specifically say, it's tiny text she could not read.
Yo, let me guess. They got scammed, and they needed to pay it back to the. Okay, no. They need to, like, they got scammed, and then the fine is so high that they literally become their slave. They become their slave.
It has an insane interest rate where this 100,000 Poké-Dollar loan accrued 1 million Poké-Dollars in interest over the course of a couple days. Not years, days. So you go to the loan sharks because you got to help your friend out, and they put you into indentured servitude. You have to do their bidding to pay off not the loan, just the interest, and it's potentially forever. They make it clear that you might have to work for them forever. It's however long they want you to work. So in this Pokemon
slave,
game,
baby, let's go.
Who enslave you through predatory loans, and guess what? They're the good guys. Yes, the predatory loan sharks are good guys. The heroes of the game.
The person who enslave you are the good guys? Who thought of this game idea? Huh? This, oh my god, like, who thought it's a good idea? People who enslave are good guys.
How, you ask? Well, of course, the indentured servitude, the literal slavery, because you are not paid, and it is not clear when, if ever, the debt would ever be repaid, is actually community service. They're making you do good things. Can we talk about for just a second how insane this is?
What kind of loan shark force you to do community service? You know what? I wish these loan shark could exist in real life, right? And force illegal immigrants to do community service. I think that would be a good thing. That would be a good thing, right? Hey, you just have these loan sharks, and as the good guy, force those illegal immigrants to do community service, right? People now, this is a win-win situation. People are like illegal immigrants now because they do community service and make the place better. Perfect.
This is actual propaganda that they're trying to sell creditors, the most evil people on the planet, who would drown you in the liquefied remains of your entire family for
Shit.
4 cents, that tricking and then enslaving someone over a mountain of debt is righteous because they're doing it for the right reasons. I know I say Nintendo is evil, and it's a bit of an exaggeration, a
Nah.
good YouTube thumbnail.
They're
This is
evil.
actually evil.
Nah,
An
they're evil.
innumerable number of human lives have been destroyed under the weight of debt and interest. And they're teaching children. This is a children's game. They're like, little Timmy, the creditor's a good guy. I know you lost your house and you're living on the street now, but that investment banker really needed that 10% so that he could make the city a better place. When I said I was going to teach the kids about the Federal Reserve, they were supposed to be the bad guys. Anyway, I just think it's a bit
Goddamn.
silly that the giant evil mega corporation is trying to teach our children that debt collectors are good and that
Yeah, yeah. This is also really misleading too. Yeah, he's right. This is a children's game, and you're portraying debt collectors as the good guy. What kind of message does that send? Huh? More scammers and like, more scammers.
tricking someone into going into debt is super cool and fun. Now for the slightly bigger spoilers. Not that I'm spoiling anything that happens. Is it even a spoiler to say what doesn't happen? The whole plot of the game is, ooh, Rogue Mega Evolution, and ooh, wild Pokemon going crazy. And there's a mega corporation that's setting up the wild zones to keep in all of these wild Pokemon. And they're in control of...
Let me guess. These people turns out to be the bad guys. They're actually ruining the cities, the higher ups. Let's see.
Lumiose Tower, which no one can enter and is emitting strange energy. And as a
Wow.
player, you're immediately like, oh, they're evil, right? The mega corporation
There we go.
controls everything.
There it
creates
is.
wild areas throughout the city where you take an apartment complex and a small business, and it is now surrounded by dangerous Pokemon that attack you on sight. You now have to fight for your life just to go home. So clearly these guys must be evil, right? Nope,
Exactly.
they're not evil either. Nobody's
What?
evil. The game
What? Nobody's evil? How lame. They're supposed to be evil. They should be evil.
does not have an evil team, doesn't even have any bad guys. There are no villains in this game. This is what I'm talking about, where I'm saying the game might as well not have a story. The villain of the game, if you call it that, is just big old guy made a defense structure for the evil team back in Gen 6, and now it's going crazy. So you have to go stop
Wow.
it. That's it.
Old
evil
people's
team,
problem.
No grand plan, no ideals fighting against each other, nothing. Everyone's a good guy. Riveting.
How lame. How lame. Why can't we have the Rockets, the Team Rockets to come back? Huh? I would have Team Rockets to come back. At least have some Team Rockets in this game. And it will be a good game, right? I want... Okay, this is probably a bad idea. It will... Imagine if this Pokemon game have a bunch of illegal immigrants populating these cities. It will be 10 times more realistic than what we have right now. And have those illegal immigrants have random Pokemons. And have us battling them and get them kicked out. And kick them out of the city. And that as like a task. Right? The mission of this game. Just clean the city of illegal immigrants. Wow. How amazing would that be? Come on.
I just don't see why Nintendo and Game Freak would make the giant mega corporation and debt collectors good guys. Really makes you think, huh? It's funny because they even mock you in the game. There's a crowd of people being like, I know you guys are behind all of the Rogue Mega Evolution. I know you guys are behind this. And you have to fight these people
Wow. Are we the illegal immigrants now? What's going on?
off. And I'm like, surely there must be a twist. Nope, no twist. The big, evil mega corporation is a good guy. You will pay $70 for the game. You will pay $30 for the DLC. You will pay $20 for Switch Online. And you will pay $450 for the new console. We're the good guys. You're evil for questioning us. Whatever. No more spoilers. Spoiler time over. On to the gameplay. Now, the big selling point of ZA is the real-time combat. and I hate it. I really don't like it. It's not egregious, but it's really just spam all your attacks to win, which wouldn't be too bad because the animations are pretty cool, but it's just so jank. The real problem is you can't order your Pokemon to move around without using a move, and even then it's an invisible targeting reticle.
It's just not like I don't see this as a Pokemon, a game created by the company of Pokemon at all. This looks like some games created as like a fan project, an indie game. Like I don't know what to say. It's so bad. I can't believe it. How is people buying this game at this quality when they see it at $70 price? Jesus.
So you'll use a move like Surf, which targets the enemy Pokemon, no problem. The attack will always come from and go to exactly where you expect. But then you use a move like Psychic, which actually targets a few feet in front of you, meaning the Pokemon who just surfed through someone now has to run all the way back to you to then start charging the attack. And only once that's done do they finally just attack the enemy. On its own, this makes the combat feel sluggish because it's wait for the move to charge, use the move, wait for your Pokemon to run off somewhere to then charge another move. What's even worse is fainting because your Pokemon would have won and attacked faster but decided to do
Dude, what kind of Pokemon is that? It looks like a goddamn circus line.
It'll run instead.
Jeez.
It's not like it matters
what the hell?
much. Because again, you're not really losing any of these fights anyway, but it just feels bad when half the time you're not actually attacking, you're either running around or charging. What makes it worse, and it is something they had to do, is when your Pokemon switch in, they do a big cry. Because you can dodge an attack by switching, so it'd be kind of unfair if you could immediately act after that. But this also occurs when your Pokemon is fainted, meaning you just lost a Pokemon, you throw in a new one, and they immediately get a free hit on you. It's all just intentionally unresponsive. I want to hit the button and then something happened. I don't care what you have to do to make that occur, but that's what every other game does, and I like it that way. I hit the...
It's just the response of these games is just like very janky from what I'm seeing and what I've heard so far. It's just really janky system that they have provided. It's not real time. It's something like you might as well just make it into turn-based. Would be better.
Button, something happens immediately, not later, now. It also doesn't help that the Pokemon can just get stuck on stuff. Using Talonflame was a nightmare. It got stuck on everything, and it just won't attack because if it can't make it to the other...
Wow, look at this. Look how retarded the game designer is. A bird that okay, maybe it's realistic, right? Some birds are so stupid that literally they just fly towards the window and just smack onto it. But look at this, man. A bird that can fly couldn't just go up and go over the fence. They have to just stupidly keep going into the goddamn fence. This just shows us how bad the game is, how many issues it has. Oh my god.
The Pokemon, it just won't do anything. Also, your attacks can get stuck on lips.
Jeez.
Like a tiny little lip on the ground.
Look at like these kinds of issue should only appear on like unfinished alpha games. All right, I even think this is probably alpha. They just ship this game out undercooked and just say, you know what? I guarantee you, all these Pokemon fans are still gonna like it, right? And you want to bet on it? I bet they have a bet on it too, saying that, hey, you know what?
Ground can block your attack, and now you just did 0 damage and they hit you. I feel like I'm complaining about nothing though, because Mega Evolution is so OP, none of this matters. One Mega can usually sweep an entire team because the game has a Mega Bar now. As you deal damage, you get more.
Oh my god, like how okay, maybe it looks okay, but then like, dude, man, you just add more layers of flower and that's it. That's your design concept for this Pokemon. Like, come on, man.
Points points in your bar.
I'm
when
so
it's
disappointed.
Full, you can Mega Evolve. You
Just
can
add more
also
layers.
use points in your bar to use plus moves, which just make your moves do more damage. All Megas only use plus moves, meaning not only do you get the huge stat boost, but all of your moves deal more damage too. It's insanely overpowered. You can sweep entire teams with just your Mega, and because it's a bar that fills over time, you can Mega multiple times in one fight, and this is a cool part of the game. A big problem with Mega Evolution is Megas are super cool, and I want only Megas, but there's no reason to ever have more than one. But
This gameplay just look so boring to me. Like, oh my god. Like, just so lackluster. I can't believe this is a $17 game. The respawn is giving me. It's just so lackluster. I don't feel rewarded at all. I don't know why. I like the effect, the graphic, right? It's like, dude.
now you can Mega Evolve multiple times. Mega Evolutions are insanely OP, so you're incentivized to have a team of all Megas, which is cool. I like Megas. It's also important to have a team of all Megas for the boss battles. Periodically through the game, you're going to have to fight a rogue Mega, and that means they're giant for some reason.
Dude, this is a boss arena, a big purple circle with nothing. Huh? Power World have a better boss arena than this. 10 times better. Like, what is this? Huh? A big circle of nothing. Jeez. Oh my, like,
and have 1,000,000 health, and they only take real damage from plus moves. And Megas are by far the most efficient way of using plus moves. So you're
Boss
going
piñatas,
to want
man.
a Mega that is super effective on the boss, or it's going to take a year. I liked these battles at first, and I slowly grew to hate them more and more as the game went on. At first, it's like, oh,
I guarantee you, like, these boss encounters are just gonna be like this. Same arena, same kind of location, just different Pokemon bosses, and that's it. You just continue hitting the same thing. Might as well be a fucking stick. You just keep hitting that stick. Might as well be a piñata, and you're holding a stick and just keep whacking it.
it's cool. I have to like maneuver my Pokemon to try and get them to dodge the moves because they follow you, sorta. But at a certain point, you realize they will never feint your Pokemon. Instead,
Yo, this is
they
the worst
target
design ever
nearly
for a
exclusively
Pokemon.
You. So
It
it's
looks
a
ridiculous, this
terrible
Starmie.
Dark Souls boss fight where they spam the same move over and over and over and over again while your Pokemon does 2 damage to them, and the fight takes an hour, and you can't dodge while ordering your Pokemon around. So if you want to get that little extra damage in and you take too many hits, you have to start the whole fight over again. Not your Pokemon, you, the trainer, gets hit too many times. You have to start the whole fight over again.
Oh my
And this
god,
is
what
a
is this,
Pokemon
Elden Ring
baby
all of
game
a
we're talking
sudden?
about. If you just don't attack and
Huh?
you only focus on dodging, you will never get hit ever. The only reason you
This
lose
is a
these
soul-like
fights is because they
element
take
in the
so
Pokemon
long,
game.
and you're trying to speed them up, and because of that, you get hit too many times, and now you have to start over. I never lost a Pokemon battle one time, but my trainer died a bunch of times. It's extremely annoying trying to order your Pokemon around who just run around wherever they want, charge up their moves.
Like, dude, like, why is the Pokemon targeting the trainer? Isn't Pokemon supposed to fight against Pokemons? Since when Pokemon starting to target the trainers? Huh? What is this? This is literally Elden Ring. This is like Dark Souls. The boss is just targeting you. What is going on? My Pokemon should target their Pokemon trainer, right? And just kill the other guy's Pokemon trainers. Why am I the only one getting hit? It's ridiculous.
Really sluggish and annoying while trying to dodge giant AoE attacks that come from everywhere. I'm just trying to pass through, dude. I want to catch a Bagon. Leave me alone, Salamence. I'm tired of it. I don't like it. It's not fun. I know some people think it's neat, but I'd rather just play Dark Souls if I wanted to play Dark Souls.
Exactly.
I play Pokemon to play Pokemon. The Pokemon should fight the other Pokemon, not me. Now,
Yeah.
maybe this would be more interesting if you had more interesting movement, you know, like roller skates, that thing that Gen 6 was known for. No, you get one dodge that you can use sometimes. times, as long as you're not ordering your Pokemon to do something, which you're doing 99% of the time. Now, you don't actually have to worry about getting hit in the regular Pokemon battles, which is what you'll be doing most of the time.
That's what Pokemon's supposed to be doing. Alright? The expectation is two Pokemons battling out. Since when turned to a Dark Souls game?
Gameplay loop of the game is at night. You have to battle a bunch of people to rank up in the ZA tournament. You go from Z to A, and every time you want to rank up, you have to do a boss trainer
Z
battle.
to
You know,
A?
like a gym leader.
Oh my god, you need to continue to battle until Z to A, there's a ladder? Oh my god, like, yo, I can't believe you played 30 plus hours on this game. This is this, and then there's a Z to A ladder that you gotta climb in order to finish the game. Want to become the Pokemon champ? Come on.
Wow, that's a lot of gym leaders. And you have to battle a bunch of
Guess what? You're gonna continue to battle the same goddamn gym leaders with different Pokemons.
trainers just to get the right to then rank up. Now, you can get these points pretty fast, given you can sneak up in one shot to start a fight with a trainer that probably only has 3 Pokemon to begin with. I
Wow.
really don't like having a bunch of filler battles, but it's pretty pathetic that even at the very end of the game, you're fighting trainers with like 3 Pokemon, and really it's 2 because you're
just random guy on the street that you just like encounter and say, hey, let's fight. Dude, it's
one-shotting the first member of their party before they even get to start. I don't know who thought stealth mechanics in a Pokemon game was a good idea, but either way, that's a lot of gym leaders. Z to A, that's insane. Now, of course, it's a trick. This is a Pokemon game. Remember, under promise and under deliver. Sure, you go from Z
What's gonna
to
happen?
Y, but then you jump from V to F. Yeah, so the vast majority you're just skipping through.
Wait,
the game
what?
like tricks you into being like, wow, this game's gonna be pretty long. Nope, sorry.
God. Gee, I thought it's gonna be long. You know what? Shame on you, Game Freak. You should have just actually make the player to go through every single letter till the end, right? You might as well just make him more suffering at this point, huh? You might as well just make him more suffering at this point. Why are you skipping?
The game really would have a great gameplay loop if it was just a better game, where during the day you explore, then at night you fight a bunch of Pokemon battles, and then you conclude the day with a boss battle. And then you do that all the way up until A rank and the game's over. Too bad the exploration sucks because the world is bad, the battling isn't so great either, and I guess they recognize this. That's why you skip most of the letters, and most of the game is, oh, you have a placement match, it's time to fight the boss.
It's just so like the game that I'm seeing right now is just bankrupt in ideas, right? Like, why can't you just adopt previous games? I don't care if you copy and pasted old games idea into the new game. It would have been better. It would have been better. Why are you trying to like? Well, I don't know what they're thinking. I really don't know what they're thinking. Like with like a lot of games right now they're creating. I'm just starting to like, I don't expect you to make new ideas or trying to like reinvent the wheel, trying to create some new like novel ideas. Oh my god, this is like a complete new creative idea I came up with. I don't need you to do that, right? We already have plenty of good game mechanics and game features. All you need to do is just port them from those older games to the newer one, right? Just upgrade the graphics and that's it. People would have been very happy about it. And yet you're giving us something that's like it's so bad. I don't know what to say. I don't know what to say.
us to rank up to the next letter, but now we have to do some story stuff to go find that person.
Hey, is that
It's weird
AI?
'cause it's
AI
not
character?
like you don't have a bunch of boss trainer battles, because it'll be like, okay, we have to go fight this guy, but first we have to do
Construction
this
worker.
boss battle against this trainer. I feel like they originally planned for you having to go through all of the letters, but they realized it'd just be way too much padding, which it wouldn't have to be padding if they didn't make all of the regular trainer fights a joke. I know at this point I'm
Exactly.
just complaining to complain, but there's also way too many refights. You will
No,
fight
you
a-
should complain. All right, at this point, you should just complain every single problem that the new Pokemon game has come out. They have already lost my respect as a franchise. Right? I can't believe Pokemon is saying okay to this kind of quality of product that they're producing. Like, they have lost all my respect. Back in the day, hey, top G. Now it's just like trash. They're literally garbage. You should just complain and slam on them on every single one of these issues that they have. They shouldn't happen at the first place. Alright? It shouldn't happen.
trainer and then have to fight that same trainer again 10 minutes later. It's like, I've trained. It's time for a rematch. I just saw you. Whatever. Enough of the gameplay. It's time to talk about what everyone really cares about, or me, which is the new Megas. And why do they look so bad?
Exactly. That's what I've been saying so many times. That's not saying all so many times. That's how I've been feeling. That the design of these Pokemons are just getting worse and worse and worse and worse. They just lost what Pokemon you originally used to be. They lost everything. They just become more wackier and crazier and crazier.
Do, and why do I kind of like them? I don't know why people feel the need to defend garbage. That they'll show a Mega, everyone will be like, wow, that looks really terrible, and then a bunch of people will come out of nowhere and be like, actually, I like it a lot. And
No, garbage eaters, right? Those are cult followers that literally blinded with their nostalgia of these games. All right, they don't care how bad it is. If the word Pokemon is on it, it's good. You can give them absolute nothing, right? A game of nothing. It's just empty file, and they'll still say it's good.
now, all of a sudden, that's me. I think I got brain damage. Starmie is one of my favorite Pokemon. I love him. And then
Look
I
at
saw
this.
the picture of the Mega,
Yeah.
and I'm like, this is the worst thing I've ever seen. Why have they done this to my boy? But after fighting him as a boss, I'm like, I think I actually love this guy. He's awesome. Just look at him run. Imagine
No,
that running.
no,
at you.
no,
Imagine
no,
the
no.
true fear you would feel. There's just something alluring about it. I don't know. Also, Mega
It's ridiculous.
Scrafty, it just speaks to me. He's got a hoodie and it's white. Now, I'm not saying I like them all. In fact, some of them are some of the worst
Well, the
things I've
ghetto
ever
Pokemon.
seen. Mega Clefable, horrible. Mega Excadrill, look what they did to my boy. How does he move? In Mega Feraligatr is
And look
a
at-
toilet. They just made him a toilet. Why? But I think the laziest one is Mega Skarmory. I love Skarmory. But they're just like, all right, he's yellow now,
What
and his
is
feet
this?
are real big. Can they...
Hey, that bird need its manicure, man. Hey, the owner is not taking care of its Pokemon.
at least try like a little bit? Like, come on. Whatever. There'll be some guy who'll be like, that's my favorite. I love the color yellow. I eat mustard. I don't know, man. I
Wow.
think that's all I got. Don't buy this game. It's not good. It's just disappointing. Aren't you tired of disappointments? They made one pleasant surprise, and they've taken that goodwill and are using
And
it
ruined
to
it.
milk their audience completely dry of all the money they could possibly take for a product that is low effort, low imagination, has
Exactly.
no ambition. They tried one new thing and sacrificed everything else for it, and it's not good. Making a Pokemon game, making an open world game.
Like, this is just my opinion, right? I'm thinking that maybe Game Freak is is going on in the challenge of saying that how low can we put how low the budget of making a game we can lower it, and how high the price we can we can raise for the game, and then we put out this horrible, abysmal product, and the player base will still buy it. Right? They're literally on a challenge. They're creating worse. First was Pokemon Go, and then a few more products I don't remember because it's not even worth remembering. And then now they just came up with this Pokemon Legend ZA. They made this literally is a challenge. They're just trying to make worse and worse games and see how low the player's bar can get. And when will they ever draw a line saying that, okay, this is too much, right? This is over the line. We're not gonna buy this game, right? Make a better game. So far, right now, I don't see the player has drawn that line yet, right? There's more people complaining, yes, but I think still a lot of people, those cult garbage eating players, are just blinded with the nostalgia that they used to have in their childhood, and say, oh my god, I have to buy this game because it's Pokemon. It's just so ridiculous. They're blinded. They're cult followers. They anything that's Pokemon, and it's good. I think they're just hopeless, and there's too many of them. There's just too many of them. I don't know, man. Like Pokemon as a franchise, unless Game Freak can create a game that's true, that is so bad that even the cult gamers of Pokemon gamers will give up, unless they can actually reach that point. Otherwise, I don't think the game of Pokemon will improve.
That takes place in one area with no variety was never going to be a good idea. It was never going to work. This game was a failure at the planning stages. Exploring one city is already not that interesting, but a city where you can't even go in the buildings with no movement abilities? Ignoring the DLC, ignoring the required online, ignoring the $10 upgrade. The game's still not good. It's not worth it. Maybe for $40. And
not even $40, man. Come on, this game, you can give this game for free, and it's not even worth it, man. It's not even worth $40. Look at Expedition 33, huh? Look at that game price for the quality of it. This game, even if you give me for free, I won't buy it. Even for free, I won't play it. Like, it's just so bad. It's so ridiculous.
If you skip this part, it'll be confusing, but trying to convince kids that creditors and evil corporations are actually good guys, the game is mocking you for buying it. Now, I haven't discussed performance at all because I played this on Switch 1, which obviously isn't ideal, and my Switch console is really weird, but even with all of that, the game ran perfectly fine. I honestly had no trouble. Being stuck at 30 FPS, kind of lame, but I don't really care. Now, I don't think that suddenly makes the game worth buying. It's not impressive to have a game that runs without a ton of glitches and bugs, but it is surprising for a Pokemon game. Anyway, that's the review. Unfortunately, there is no twist at the end. I genuinely was pushing myself to finish.
Hey, props to you to push through this, man. I have to say it. Props to you to push through it. It's just I'm just very disappointed that the player base. I'm disappointed at the player base that they're continuing supporting bad games. Supporting bad games. Right? The reason why we have this horrible result, horrible game product, is because that there's still enough people out there that are actually buying this game and paying money to those companies. If there's enough people saying no and make them lose money, then they will change. As long as they don't lose, like, the only way we can solve this issue is to make them lose money on these games. Then they will finally recognize it and change. As long as they still make profit, the quality of these games will just not improve, because they know that there's no reason to improve it, because you guys will still pay for it. They're just disrespecting. They're just disrespecting you. Look at these fucking quality. What is this? What is this? They're not even putting any heart into it. They're not even making this game with any respect at all. It's so bad. Look at this. This is literally just copy and paste a random asset they bought online onto this platform. And that's it. There's no synergy. There's nothing syncing together. Nothing. Everything looks so out of place. All right. This is what I got, man. This is video from Lord Frogmire, right? Awesome video. I love it. And go and subscribe. And see you next time.